Political analyst Dr. Levy Ndou joins us via video link to weigh in on the developments regarding the MK Party. Dr. Ndou, thank you so much for your time. Let's now talk about what seems to be a showdown between party leader and former ANC President Jacob Zuma, as well as the party founder Jabulani Khumalo. I mean, help us make sense of these recent developments. Firstly, Zuma expelled Khumalo from the party, and in retaliation, we're now seeing Khumalo now suspending Zuma and at the same time writing to the IEC to remove Zuma from the party's list. Your take on this?
Good afternoon, Unati. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. This, for me, it's a clear indication that there appears to be serious challenges in the MK Party. It creates an impression that this party is not well organized, and there are people who are still fighting for positions in the party. But there could be serious elements, in my view, that the MK Party should have looked at. Firstly, you get this kind of activities, especially when the party is actually led by an interim structure. And because this is a new party, most people would join the party specifically because they want to get positions and represent the party in government. At the same time, other people would love to see themselves occupying strategic positions in this party because in any way, this is a brand new party. And maybe where they left, they were ignored, and they feel that when they've joined this party, they can make a huge impact. Another aspect that I've observed from the MK Party, it appears as if there is contestation between Mr. Khumalo and Mr. Jacob Zuma in terms of who is supposed to lead the party. And with Mr. Khumalo, he appears to be arguing that he was not properly removed because he was not removed by the real structures of the party. And at the same time, former President Jacob Zuma has been registered as the leader of the party. He is the face of the party, and that is the source of the conflict within the MK Party.
And in fact, I mean, we saw that the IEC says that it's not going to involve itself with this matter. I mean, a lot of course, analysts had predicted that it would respond as such. What then do we make of Mr. Khumalo and his future? I mean, as we also reporting, there may be evidence that Mr. Khumalo, who registered the MK Party last year, handed over, in fact, its leadership to former President Jacob Zuma last month.
The IEC, in my view, is quite correct. The IEC's role is to get information from political parties and indeed not actively participate in the activities of the different political parties, because that is not the domain of the IEC. I think the other option that Mr. Khumalo would be left with, if indeed he cannot get any form of cooperation from the MK Party, would be to take the matter to court so that all these matters could be ventilated in court. And at the same time, when there is this jostling and conflict within the party, it does not give a good image of the MK Party, because those that are on the grassroots or the followers might end up being confused by these developments. All they would be getting would be leaders of the MK Party trying to defend themselves, and that would have a potential to divert their attentions to the elections whilst they're concentrating on fighting for the ownership and leadership of the party.
I mean, this is all playing out, of course. I have in front of me the actual letter, well, purported to be of Mr. Khumalo, in fact, sending that letter to the IEC on the 9th of April. It's dated 2024, and it says ballot paper to have President Jacob Zuma's face. And I mean, the last line saying, based on the above, we therefore request that the face of President Jacob Zuma on the final printed ballot paper next to the uMkhonto weSizwe logo be put. Yours sincerely, Jabulani Khumalo. So all of this is also playing out as we're seeing the former ANC President Jacob Zuma facing a DC and possible expulsion from the ANC. I mean, what does this then mean for Zuma as he puts in this brave face, you know, to lead the MK Party into the elections?
Well, one of the arguments that is raised by Mr. Khumalo is that he was not suspended by a constituted or a properly constituted meeting of the MK Party. And that, in my view, is something that the party itself has to look at. But at the same time, former President Jacob Zuma is getting a backlash from Mr. Khumalo, and at the same time, he has a case pending, a disciplinary case rather pending with the ANC. And that, for me, creates a situation where former President Zuma and his two political parties are not in a very, very good position in terms of their relationship. And that will require former President Jacob Zuma to navigate very carefully, navigate in the ANC, and also do the same with the MK Party. And what is also quite interesting is that former President Jacob Zuma has appeared in the ballot of the ANC. Now he's appearing in the ballot for the MK Party, and both parties are moving towards suspending him. And this make the 2024 elections to be very interesting.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Dr. Ndou, for your analysis right here on the program. Of course, political analyst Dr. Levy Ndou there for us.